Hey guys, and welcome back. It's Lucid, and it is turn 106 in our game with Ubar. And I sent the message out saying horrors are starting to wake up, because indeed we are getting a little close to horror time. I don't think there's much happening. Oh, where was I getting horror attacks? Maybe I was just unlucky. And everybody, a lot of times people don't want to spend gems with with Arcane Nexus up, but with Astral Corruption coming, you kind of have to spend gems now. Like if you don't spend your gems, they're not going to be worth anything to you. We only got 107, so I don't know if other people are spending much. I feel like this is mostly from me. But this is a big turn, right? So we're trying to take 2 thrones. And hopefully we're successful in both of them. Let's see how it goes. We're summoning a bunch of Great Eagles, by the way. Flames from the Sky killed 173 in the first cast. We're also empowering we empowered Summoner in Death so that he can do basically spam out Liches or Wraith Lords without having a Skull Staff, which would die every time horrors kill him. Anyway, okay. First Flames from the Sky, we killed 170. Next Flames from the Sky, we killed 113. Next Flames from the Sky, we killed 82. I think I'm missing one because we cast it 4 times. One. Last one killed 40. And then we're going to have some battles. So we basically reduced that army to nothing. So battle in Satis. So Pangea rides out to attack me on the throne with what was once probably a big 700 stack army. And now it's just a few mages. And we kill all of them. And that was Lish. And then we have a battle in the Fortress of Lish. There's a decent amount of garbage inside. And we kill all that. And so we're now the proud new owners of a throne. Unfortunately, he has also rode out in Spring Spires, which is a throne down south. And I think he Pal Vapors me, and I have Regen up, but I don't have Poison Resistance. Kind of one of those things you just forget to put it up on battle. And I think I haven't been very good about putting it up in general. He has armor build up, so my fire elementals aren't great. We kind of just start getting cooked by the poison resistance. I mean, by the Pal Vapors. And then, yeah, we lose. So, in Spring Spires, he loses a lot. Pretty much the whole army and most of his commanders. Some of them come back as soulless. We don't lose that much. The Vampire Lords die, but they'll be back. The Great Eagles are dead. The garbage is gone. But we kept our Marid. We kept even a lot of our cotton. We only lost 1 Shaitan. So all in all, this actually is good for me. This probably is fine. And now I get to hit whatever is in there with another wave of Flames from the Sky. But I think that's mostly all that happened this turn. Spring Spires, yeah. So that's that. Utterdark is down. So Kael'thasa was successful in dispelling it, I think is what happened. There's also a chance that we killed it by nuking their god. That's also very possible. Maybe their god was in that province and we nuked them to death. Grippa, if you were watching, let me know if you cast the spell. I can't remember if you had said you did. Or if I killed Pangea's god and that took it down. I'm not sure which one it was. Either way, Utterdark is gone. So that means the mass monkey production, they're not really monkeys, they're primitive peoples. And he's building up a ton of dudes here, which makes me a little uncomfortable. there's a lot of things that Kalos has been doing that make me a little uncomfortable. Like big armies that have been building up here. I mean, look, this is the same border over here with Pangaea he's had for forever. There's a lot of things like when I can't see a ton of evidence of like, and he should be, especially with Gift of Nature's Bounty, like you just have to be aggressive and like accept losses. I don't know why he's not being more aggressive. And especially having Gift of Nature's Bounty up. I mean, last turn, it wasn't effectively up until this turn again because Underdark, but yeah, you gotta just fight. And when he's not doing that, but then is building up stuff on my border, that makes me nervous. Makes me a little nervous. Now, that said, we're getting kind of close because we've taken this now. We're getting kind of close to throne points. Let's take a look at that. So the situation, we just took the Throne of Death. So we have to claim that. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4. This puts us at 5. Which puts us as the leader in terms of thrones. Now, Kailasa has 4, so they're right there behind me now. Pangaea only has 3. And Pangaea is probably going to lose another one to me, which would put me at 6. Puts me in striking range of thrones. Like, if I get this one from Pangaea, which I'm trying actively to get, like, within the next couple turns, I only need one more throne. I don't have any idea what that last throne would be, though, to be honest. I could take it from Kailasa. I would probably rather not. I don't even know. Where's Pangaea's other throne? I think it's... I guess this is it? Yeah. But it's got a whole nother crew of dudes in here. I don't even know if I want to mess with it. Let's take a look at what our Flames from the Sky dudes are casting. Casting Flames from the Sky at 124. Yeah, we're going to reduce whatever is in here into a pile of rubble, and we're going to go right back on top. Because presumably to do this defense, he pulled everything in the region. Now that it's here, we're going to nuke it into cinders. And then that'll kill all these soulless guys he, like, quote-unquote saved. And it's going to kill most of the mages here. And then we'll have that fight. But there's a decent chance that if we're successful in getting this throne, that Kailasa will turn on me. Which would make sense. I mean, we're not going for another throne, and honestly, for them to win, they need to go ahead and get some thrones from Pangaea. So I don't know, if I were Kailasa, I would maybe ask for this throne as part of a continuation of our alliance, which I don't think I would give him. Because if he asked me for this throne, I would say, take a goddamn throne from Pangaea already, is what I would say. Like, I'm not going to give you my thrones because I've taken one from Pangaea. Like, go out and win your war against Pangaea, for God's sakes, you monkeys. But there's a decent chance that if I did that, he would switch sides and jump on Pangaea's side. Because we're actually now getting reasonably close to a throne victory. I mean, that being said, I don't have any explicit plans on how to do it, and I have to take this, and there's a bunch of garbage over here that I'm going to have to fight to keep this from. Now, what I expect to have happen is this arm. I think his capital is probably going to evacuate and come down here and fight me. Anyway, that's speculation. Let's go ahead and go to the next turn, turn 107. I'm trying to get to 110 in this episode. It looks like they're casting Flames from the Sky on me and Lish. So they killed a bunch of my stuff here, actually. I think it got a lot of my vampires. This looks like fires from afar. Or maybe that's Flames from the Sky and I'm not sure. It's a weird place to cast it. All right, and Pangaea has again taken back Dark Skies. So, and he's put up Riches from Beneath. So he's just, God, his stupid dominion everywhere. I'm so glad. He had asked me to make peace with him too once Pangaea put up Gift of Nature's Bounty. He's like, dude, you should peace with me. If you don't make peace with me, you're throwing the game to Kailasa. And I was like, dude, I mean, I cannot make peace with you. I think even still, I'm not sure if it's the case. Yeah. My whole cap circle. He is his fucking dominion. I'm not making peace with him. No fucking way. He's got wrathful... Whoops. I don't know how that happened. He's got wrathful skies. He's got Wrath of God and Dark Skies up with his dominion in almost my entire cap circle, except for one province. I'm not making peace with him ever. He's committed himself. I mean, he's just shat up the world so goddamn much. He has committed me to his absolute destruction. So yeah, he was like, dude, let's make peace and turn on Kailasa because they're going to get Gift of Nature's... They have Gift of Nature's bounty. They're going to win when Cataclysm's up. Nope. I'm committed to your destruction. Nothing. You cannot shit up the world this much and expect to have any diplomatic flexibility, in my opinion. The only exception to that is Kailasa may turn on me if I get enough throne points. But Kailasa is dealing with the same shitty dominion over here where he's pushing him. I don't know. I think it makes sense for Kailasa to get some major gains from this war before he would switch sides, like get his thrones. Did we have any battles this turn? We have moved on top of this fort. We've cracked it, but no battles. The throne we just got from Pangea, no battles. We went underwater. We have a Wraith Lord here. We put a bit of PD. We're summoning some allies. This squad is rather strong. We're on top of a wizard tower, though, so it's 1,000 siege strength, and we've got almost 1,000 siege defense, but not quite. But with Dark Skies up, we have to basically change everything we're doing. We have to go basically back to, holy shit, we're going to lose all our guys every goddamn turn because they're going to get seduced and stolen. Like, this guy's probably going to get stolen. This guy's sneaking out with a gate cleaver. I've tried to put the expensive guys on him. This guy's got a lot of morale, so I think I've let him stay sieging. And these guys, we're going to keep them sieging because they've got perfect morale. So, like, this guy, well, I mean, they can't sneak, but they're moving off, but there's a good chance they're going to die because they're 4 morale. So there's nothing I can really do about it, I don't think. That's not actually true. There's some things I could have done, but I didn't think of. Like, I could do a neutral indie attack here and do Vortex of Returning. That's basically the only way to save them. But sometimes you have to say you can't do it, and they're like, oh, of course you can't do it. Anyway, where are we firing off our flames from the sky cannon? 136. So this squad, which is going to come relieve this fort, we're going to reduce to cinders. I am a little more focused on getting thrones. I do want to get Pangea's capital, though. But that's basically it. The question is, what kind of damage is going to be done this next turn when, he has the mass Dryad seduction going on again. So let's go ahead and check. Turn 108. The good news is, though, even though he has Dark Skies and stuff now, he doesn't have it backed up. He's like a very weakened Pangea now. He's been raided to shit. He spent almost all of his gems. And, he doesn't have Gift of Nature's bounty, so there's not Dryads pouring out of every single nook and cranny of his empire. Flames from the Sky, 185 units killed. Spring Spire, this was inside the fort, just to make sure we burned everything out. And 69 units killed. This was the province adjacent. Okay, so let's see how bad it is. Because the thing is, this first turn after it happens, we can't really prepare for it. Like, I don't have the right gear. I moved people in places I probably shouldn't have moved them. So let's see. We lost a Shaitan. We lost a Vampire Lord that he stole. Kill a Dryad there. Kill a Dryad here. Lost 2 Shaitan now. Lost an Ivy King. So far we've lost a Vampire, 2 Shaitan, and an Ivy King. Okay, we killed that guy. Okay, and this is the battle for the throne, which we have been just doing carpet bombing. To clear everything out of here, to allow for this to happen. We have now taken it. So we are now up in thrones. We are now at 6 thrones, if we can claim them. And I don't, that's the other thing, I haven't claimed this. I don't have a way to claim it. Where's my scout? Here's my scout. He's got Boots of the Messenger, and he's got this so that hopefully he dodges Wrathful Skies damage. And we're trying to get him over here to this throne. And then... yeah, I mean, that's basically what's happening. This place, we've kind of been getting a little wrecked. We don't really have that much stuff here. And he's been building up, you know, he's got a huge-ass army here. I don't think this army can make it. Let's see where we're going to Flames from the Sky. I think we're going to nuke this from orbit this turn. 3. Yeah, we're going to be nuking this from orbit. It's got most of his mages that are in his capital. Now, the second that he's evacuated his capital to come claim this throne, we're moving everybody over here on top of his capital and we'll one turn pop it and then storm it. What are the rules for the game for this? Well, let's see what we've got. I don't know how much of the stuff we're ultimately going to implement we're implementing right now, but... well, there's a few things. If I'm heavily patrolling a province, which we're trying to do here, we can probably have some guys inside of it that do not have perfect morale. And that's because, you know, people have to get in to be able to, you know, effectively seduce me. So we're moving folks over here. I don't think there was, yeah, any successful seductions. Here we're going to be storming this. These guys have good morale. This guy doesn't have great morale, but it's good enough. That's one of the things that's nice about this dragon gear, and it's why we've been building it, is for the morale. One of the other things we can do, which isn't something you really ever get see or you see get done much, is we've been making some Berserker Belts. And if we kit these Shaitan out with Berserker Belts, they're actually pretty scary. Or the Sultans of Merid. And we can put a bunch of like thug kit on them, and with a Berserker Pelt, a lot of times they'll run in and kill a bunch of stuff. And they're immune to seduction, in a sense. Like they have perfect morale. So they will never disappear in a night. They will result in a combat. And they're pretty scary in combat with the Berserker Pelt. We're coming to raid behind these guys. We're patrolling. We're doing mass regen, power spheres, army of gold, ground army. I've got 66 PD here, so we've got a fair amount of chaff. We're going to be nuking this from orbit. That is basically the plan for this turn, is we're going to try to take his capital, and we're going to try to kill this army and try to hold on to this throne. And we put a decent amount of PD here. You can see our Nature Gem income from having our little factory has gone up pretty significantly. We're already at 350, and I need to get it up to about 800 to have a shot at taking Gifted Nature's Bounty. The problem is we're running out of time. The Cataclysm next turn, certainly, if it hasn't started already, the horrors are going to start coming. And that's going to mean Kuthgul can die. So I've gone ahead and taken this gear off of them, and we've started, I think, empowering, and we've got this guy, we've empowered him up to 4, but I actually have to empower him up to 5. This guy I only empowered up to 4, but I had this artifact to give him. This guy we're going to have to empower him up to 5. And then with that, we're going to have, you know, the Wish Engine running with 2 Wish Casters. And then this guy we're empowering in like Earth, I think. Because the golems are going to be safe. I kind of haven't said it, but it's been implied. Golems, mindless units are safe to cast things during Cataclysm. They're not going to get attacked by horrors. But everything else is going to die to horror attacks, just like with with Astral Corruption. So, yeah, anyway, we're summoning another golem. We're going to be I'm going to try to have one golem in each path to cast pretty high value spells to keep the Wish Engine running. That's going to be kind of the plan. It's expensive, but it's the plan we've got. And I need to keep it running to be able to control Gift of Nature's Bounty. And if I have Nexus and Bounty, then I'm probably going to win. So that's 108. And let's go to 109. Yeah, the horrors have come. Here's the Hunter of Heroes, and we managed to survive. Yeah, a ton of gems on this guy, but you know, we had the lightning helmet because we were kind of expecting it. Almost get killed. And then Living Clouds comes out and we're fine. But oh my god, that was close. Okay, Flames from the Sky killed 174 units. Here we got zapped home. They managed to soul slay my dude, because of course when they cast it, it always fucking works. Defiler of Dreams. We lose this dude, who I think was casting... Actually, I'm not sure what he was casting. God, he got enslaved turn 1. This was my golem caster. So this was the cost of summoning a golem. I lose him and all the gear on him. Killed 110 units, Flames from the Sky. What is this bullshit? Look at this. And she attacking me with a bunch of Bandar or Kalasa stuff. The raiding war continues. Where's this? Spring Spires. All right, so he attacks on top of this other throne. This is the throne that I failed to take, but then finally took. And it's a pretty impressive little squad he's brought. He's bringing everybody, trying to get this throne back. Kills a few of my patrollers, but not a big deal. Here we kill a bunch of his garbage, storming this fort. Yoink. Lost 66 units to that stupid goddamn spell, Wrath of God. Nexus is up. Took 130 gems this turn. Most of that was probably my casting. But probably some other people too. I mean, if they're not, they should be trying to get their gems spent before AC goes. I mean, before Cataclysm is up. And Cataclysm's basically started now. It's not in full effect. I think it takes like a turn or two to warm up, but it's basically started. And we got attacked by 2 goddamn Doom Horrors this turn, so it is going. Okay, so he's moved this army over here, and we can see what he's got. This is the force that's probably going to come attack. He's got what is left of his White Centaur. A decent number of mages. This Soulish Giant. He's got his god here somewhere. Okay, the good, who is kind of lost both her eyes and has a limp. I don't think... Oh, here's the white mage. Here's his other god. The bad... I don't think the Grippa is present. But, yeah, ton of fire and water gems. A few storm demons. Pretty scary. And basically, we're patrolling with a ton of our stuff for a big final combat, I think. Got darkness coming out. There's a decent chance with Wailing Winds this guy runs before he's able to cast his spells, because he's low HP with disease and battle fright. In Dark Skies, yeah. We put some morale gear on him. I don't think it's going to be enough. We'll have to see what happens here, but that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I think we're going to be nuking this and nuking this with Flames from the Sky. Actually, we may not be casting it this turn. I can't see any evidence we're casting it. Okay, making an Arcane Lens so I can hit stuff from farther away. Casting Wish twice. This guy we've empowered in Earth, so he's going to be doing our Golem construction in the future, so we don't lose another Golem caster like we did this turn. And Kukul, I would have him, you know, casting Wish, but now, I mean, because his chassis is actually worthless to me now. Well, not worthless. I probably should have used him to, like, defend the throne. But the real thing is that I don't want to put gear on him and have him lose the gear when he gets sniped by a horror, because he's got a horror mark on him. And the horror mark is from having the Robe of the Magi on him for a while. So even using him in combat, I don't want to put gear on him. But that's basically it. We have probably a pretty big turn coming out, because we're going to defend this, and he's almost certainly going to attack. And we have to knock him off of our other throne, which he has put a small force on right here. So we're going to do a bunch of life for life spam, summon a bunch of elementals. When you have a small squad like this, life for life spam is pretty effective. Because it's going to ignore the Miniads, and it's just going to chunk at these guys. So that's it. Let's go to turn 110, which will be the last turn for this episode. Turn 110. More horror attacks. If there's anything that's going to shit up the game more than having Zan and Kirby playing Pangea, it's having them playing Pangea with Cataclysm up. Because now I'm fighting a battle primarily under Wrath of God and Dark Skies against Pangea with Seduction while Cataclysm's up. I want you to like let that sink in, okay? And I'll probably mention this again in the next episode too, because some of you won't stick around to the end of the video to hear this. But we are fighting into Pangea, who has their dominion in like all my cap circle plus all their lands, with Dark Skies and Wrath of God up, and we're fighting into Cataclysm. Like, this is the definition of cancer. So let's see what happens. Battle here. Did we defend our throne? Okay, let's see what all went up. So far we've had Darkness, Wailing Winds, Growing Fury, Foul Vapors, Ravenous Swarm. And most of our guys just run. PD wasn't good for much with Wailing Winds up, especially in Dark Skies. So that's just like an excellent combo, is Dark Skies plus Wailing Wind when you're fighting in like a million enemy dominion. I don't know if these... So we're basically summoning a bunch of Long Dead, which are going to be pretty good chaff. The problem is these Vampire Lords are probably going to run from Wailing Winds. But we're summoning a bunch of air elementals. I don't think we're bringing anything to really attack here. We're sneaking this guy out. I'm probably not going to hold. I'm not sure what I'm doing with my Marids here. This seems a little wasteful to me. But I certainly should be hitting this with Flames from the Sky. Yeah. Got 2 casts going off. 3 casts going off. Yeah, so 3 casts at least of Flames from the Sky hitting Lish, which should reduce this a lot and maybe reduce a lot of what comes inside the fort. By the way, the battle loss is pretty intense. We lost an Ivy King. We lost 2 Marid. Not good. And the Wraith Lords are dead. So pretty painful. We are storming this fort, which I feel pretty safe about because he's over here messing with this. And we're going to be storming Pangea's capital, which here we're doing the Berserker Pelt thing. So good luck trying to seduce this asshole. He's not going to be useful in combat. I should have taken these gems off, but yeah, good luck. This guy has 18 morale, so he's fine. He's got this sun armor, which I think is all the way back from when Ballin was playing Agartha. So anyway, he's got good morale. And anyway, he's going to be casting Fog Warriors. And we're going to be storming the capital. So even if we lose this, I've taken his cap now, so he can't get his gods back anymore. And we're going to take another piece of infrastructure. So that's okay. And we've beaten these guys off. This is an important battle. So this is the goon squad he had on top of this. Flame eruptions, and a bunch of elementals, and a few thuggies, and there we go. We lost the Vampire Lord, but otherwise we killed all the shit. We got a bunch of items. Very nice. So yeah, that's turn 110. So thank you guys for watching. Tune back in next time. And we don't have that much more to go. I think I'm going to keep pushing through this and try to record it all in this go here. So see you guys then.